Hello, this is just a short introductory video for how you get onto Canvas and what it might look like once you get there. I know a number of students are having to work in an online way for the first time because of this coronavirus. So here we are. This is the home page of Palomar College. We don't usually have this, but we have that now. But if you go up to the top and you see the words Canvas. That's the learning management system we use here at Palomar College. Go ahead and click on that. Now, what you should see here is a way to log on to what they call the single sign-on page. And this is where you can get into email and Canvas and various other things. So it already remembers my user ID and password. So you should have gotten this information when you first registered for your class. If you can't find it, call Information Services at extension 2140 and we'll see if they can help you here. So I believe I can do this. You might have to put in your whole email. This is S. Perry for me. I'm Steve Perry. But at palomar.edu. But put that in only if it prompts you for it. But otherwise, you can just put the first part in, put in the password, which is hidden, and press the login button. Okay, now you're going to have much less than this. Okay, I'm a faculty member, so I see a lot more of these things. These things are called tiles, is the word for it. But you should have one for Canvas. So click on the Canvas button. Okay, so I did that now, this button or tile or whatever. So I'm going to click on that. Now for you, you should have on something, it will take you to what's called your dashboard. Okay, and on the dashboard should be classes you have. Now I have a lot more that I'm dealing with here because, of course, I'm an instructor, so you will have much less than this. You'll have one, two, three, depending on what you're taking. So the only class that I have going now as an instructor is this one called Python. So I'm going to click on, oops, I did click on it. And give me just a moment, and I'm going to do something to make this look more what it looks like for a student. All right, so I made an adjustment here, and this looks more like what a student would see when they clicked on but it's called Python, the number is CIST 175. So they would see something, first they'd see is what's something called a home page. Now, all home pages can be different. Every instructor has some flexibility in what they put up for their home page. They might have just the announcements be the home page. I have it set up where the most recent two announcements appear, and then I go on, and what they would have seen the first day of class is they would have saw some information about the course, and I welcoming them and telling them some things about me and so forth. And so it tells them what to do, how to get started. And now, again, whatever class you're in, they may not give you all these instructions. I have a little button called Start here, but I'm going to show you how to use this in case someone doesn't put a little button that way. But they'll have a home page of some sort. Be sure to read that over and get some sense of what's going on. Now, perhaps you don't see any announcements here, so the next thing to click would be over here is the Announcements button. Or rather link, I should say. So you click it on the left here, and it brings up any announcements that the instructor may have brought up. I have an announcement here. I put my picture in. The instructor may not have put their picture, so it might just be a little icon. And it says when I posted it, March 15th, and you see the beginning of the announcement. But to see the whole thing, you just click on the title there, and now the students can all read the announcement that I wanted to tell them. Okay? So I can go back to announcements and we just see again a list of announcements. That is, if there are any announcements that your instructor has at the moment. Now, important thing could be the syllabus over here. So click the syllabus. So that brings information. Now I have a little shading here. Most instructors don't use that. It's not necessary, but just the way my syllabus happens to look. But they will have information in here that tells you key information on how to take the class. Everybody's syllabus is different, but it is a contract. It's a policy and procedures document, a contract between you and the instructor about what things are going to be in effect while you take the class. Now, for those of you who are seeing this halfway through the spring 2020 semester, you should have already had a syllabus. The syllabus should be in place. But because we've moved from in-class to online, instructors may have had to revamp their syllabus a bit and put some things in there that pertain into this new online environment that you find yourself in right now. I'm using here, and I'm illustrating you getting onto Canvas, but hopefully there'll be links in here, or your instructor will send you via email links to something called Zoom. And Zoom is the thing that allows us to meet at the same time online. It's kind of like a virtual classroom. But Canvas is a repository. It's not where you're going to meet online, but this is where you go to and you get some key information. So read over the syllabus carefully, find out what the dates are, and find information about grading and stuff. Everybody's is going to be different. Trust me, I have a very long one. Here's like the grading percentage breakdown for my class, and I give information on time extensions. But again, be sure you read your instructor's syllabus. It's very important, and it becomes even more important in this all of a sudden we're all online venue. Now, not, not all instructors are going to use modules, so I'm going to come back to that. And again, some instructors are just going to use Canvas to give you assignments and handle discussions and maybe quizzes and grading. So I'm going to show you these first, and then I'll come back to modules because many instructors do use that. So let's first look at assignments. I click on the assignments link, and you see a lovely thing here. You see things that are assignments. It says here overdue here, upcoming assignments. And so it just says, so say something's coming up April 12th in my class, and I click on that link. Okay, so I click on it, and now I will see the instructor's information on how to deal with the assignment. You'll see overview instructions. Everybody's different. If you're doing an art history class, it's not going to be the same as what I do with a computer programming class. So, but read whatever they have there for the assignment. And if this is a file upload assignment, go all the way down. We go all the way down. Actually, it's not going to show us here. There is some resources. Uh, but if it's a file upload assignment, as this particular one is, there's a button here that says Submit Assignment. Down here you'll see some key information. It's due Sunday, 11:59. It's worth 10 points. You're going to be submitting a file upload. And here's the file types that I accept. In my class, if you're in an English class, you're probably going to accept a docx or a pages file or something like that. So pay attention to that because some instructors restrict what kind of files you can upload. And it says this assignment is available to April 12th. Now, here's the deal. When you have a file, say you're writing a paper for an English class and you need to upload it, uh, unfortunately, you start looking around for a place to upload it and you don't see it. Unfortunately, the way Canvas set their thing up is you have to click the Submit Assignment button, this first one, click it once, and then that puts you into a place where you can upload the file that you may have. You can do that upload from a file on your hard drive, from a Google Drive or Office 365. Or I guess you could upload from anywhere, not necessarily your hard drive, but it could be Dropbox or anything, but usually hard drive. So to find a file, you click on Browse. Okay, and then you get to navigate to files that you might have. I'm just going to go in my Documents folder, and I'm going to just say, I said I could let them upload a text file. So I'm going to say document one text. Don't even know what's in there. So I'm just going to click it. Open the file. Okay, so now if you open, you'll see that it understands that you uploaded a file, document1.txt, and you could add another file if the assignment required two files. So once again, to submit the assignment, now you click this button that you see here again that says Submit Assignment. So I think it's a little confusing in Canvas because that first one said Submit Assignment, and it really should have said Go to File Upload Interface or something like that. So don't let that throw you. So I'm going to click Submit that as a student. Okay? So it takes a little time and it submits it and it says that you've done it and it changes that button to resubmit assignment. So if you need to resubmit it and it's within the bounds that your instructor said you have available to submit assignment, you could theoretically do this again if you're not happy with the first submission of your assignment. Okay, little details here about the assignment. So you can even download what you submitted. So just look around when you're Canvas Explorer. You're usually not going to hurt anything. Don't delete anything unless you're sure what it is, but look around. Okay, so now I'm going to jump all the way down to the grades area down here. Okay, I'm going to hit grades. And in grading, there's a view for what's going on. So you as a student, now in this little interface I'm using, I'm just doing someone called test student, and it shows all these assignments missing. Hopefully you won't have it, but you can see here that it shows that I submitted, and I can see what's going on. And if I had a score, it would appear here. Now, I as an instructor haven't gone in and graded it, but this is where you'll look. You'll hit grade, you'll come in this area, you'll click on these things, and you'll see what the point total, if that's how the instructor is grading it, what you got on the assignment. You'll see their comments if they made any. And so explore these little icons like that, and so you can see what's going on. All right? So I'm not going to go any more in that, but same thing with quizzes. You hit quizzes are just another kind of assignment, like a final exam could be assignment. You click that, and it may be, I don't have anything loaded here at the point at right now. But if I did, you'd see maybe a list of multiple choice questions, or there might be fill in the blank questions that you would do. And in some cases, the quizzes will be graded automatically by the computer. So you'll look in that area. Let's go down here to something called discussions now. Okay, so in discussions, you'll see discussions. Your instructor may post discussions that you need to answer for points. Over here, let's see, some discussions are just discussions between people. Um, let's see, this one's open enough, so I'm gonna click on that because it looks like it's open to me as a student. It says here that it's 1 point possible that the instructor is giving on this, and it says, how do you plan to use Python? That's the programming language I'm teaching. And here's the little question again, how do you plan to use Python after the class? I give instructions, explain due dates, yada yada. So down here, you'll actually hit the reply button here as a student, and you'll put your text in here, whatever it is you want to reply, and then you'll post the reply. So I'm not going to do this here because it's just, you hit it, then that submits it. I'm just not going to do it because it's in here as test student. And I don't want to, since this is a live class that I'm showing you, I don't want to mess things up for other people in any way and confuse them. All right, so I mentioned modules. Okay, I kind of went over that. So modules. If an instructor is delivering a lot of course material, information that you need to read, videos you need to watch, things you might need to listen to, they'll put it in something called modules. So I have in my class, I have kind of a getting started module that has a whole bunch of information on how to be ready and where you can get student support services. And so I'm going to click that arrow on that, and I'm going to hide all that. So see how the arrow now shows to the side? I could open it again by clicking it. So it's a kind of an accordion. It opens and closes. So I'm going to come down here, and so the first lessons for me starts Introduction to Python. I happen to mention that this lesson takes 2 weeks, and I give an overview, and I give some information, some introductions, and down here I'll click down to the fourth 10.4. Not everybody numbers it, but I have some information, some lessons, and then I also put videos in there where you can click on that and run videos. In my classes, there's often exercises that need to be done. So whatever class you're taking, if you're an English class, a history class, whatever it is, read what the instructors put there in these modules, and they may or may not number them. I like using numbering. Not everybody does that, but just do them kind of in order. Down the line, read everything. If you have any questions, the instructor should have provided a discussion area. I'll show you back here again, where you can ask questions. Okay, so here, student Q&A form, question and answer. Post your questions here. So the instructor will see that when you post there, or they should. They know to look there, and they'll answer your question, and you'll get a notification, and you can come here and do that. Speaking of notifications, I'm going to wrap up with this. Go to your account. Okay, and so see for student here, there's a thing here called notifications. Click on that. That's up an account. Okay, the thing that I'm trying to show you this in won't let me do it in this account. So I'm gonna do a little trick here, just because I'm having to put this together. You'll have notifications that look something like this. It'll probably be less. But when certain things, like when there's an announcement posted, do you want to know from your Palomar email address? Do you also want to know from another email address that we might know about? You can say, push it to all my devices, let me know when I want to. So check all the right boxes on how you want to get your notifications. Some people like to get things just at the end of the day. You can get daily summary, weekly summary. I wouldn't do that. You better get a daily summary at a minimum, because we're communicating a lot during this very tricky time. And you can get notify me a lot right away, which is what I did a lot. So I could change that. over here. This is the weekly, I believe. So, but I picked a lot of notify me right away because that just works for me. So you can play with these notifications, change them anytime, and get a sense of what to do. All right, so I've just given you a 15-minute little really quick view of what it might be like to get into a Canvas class. It's not definitive. The links like modules and syllabus and announcements and homepage, all those are going to be the same. Those links are all going to be there. But what's in there is going to differ widely by instructor and by the particular class you're taking. So just get used to getting logging in, reading everything the instructor's posted for you. If you have questions, go in and ask them. There is an inbox here. You can use the inbox email right within Canvas, or you can just email through the normal Palomar email system. And either way, they'll get some information and hopefully get back to you soon. All right. I hope that was helpful.